Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this moment. Welcome to 72 edition of Investdata Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. Yes, I would say that the market globally is looking red now this morning. I'll say just as our American market is also looking down, nearly all the market across Europe, US are looking down as a result of what the surge in oil price. I will tell you that oil price has hit a 2 months high of 123.8 dollar per barrel after EU agrees to ban most Russia what crude oil imports, and also at the same time as China is lockdown. You can see these are the factors pushing the oil price. Why the stock market is rising as a result of the kind of fear for this energy prices that are kind of pushing prices of goods and services around the globe high. For that, the more oil prices go up, the more panic and the fear of recession draw close. That's why you can see that the market, the mature market, are already panicking. But I believe that there are some economy around the globe that are also managing this effectively. You can see, like last time I said that if you look at what is happening in Japan and and China, China know that going from several provinces was locked down, but as a result of that, instead of cutting rate for for the last their last monetary policy meeting, they didn't cut rate, increase the data they cut rate for that period. They know how what will push the economy up, and knowing that what is happening in Ukraine and Russia is not helping the matter. But I believe that the way the Europe leaders are trying to to weigh into this and see that they allow Ukraine to start shipping some of their product out, so that they will not cause what food crisis to continue to look up and also cause recession for the globe. If as they are approaching the two presidents to come to direct negotiation, if that holds, that would be a good one. But also don't forget that market will always respond to any information that, especially when it comes to economy. I said that in Europe now, eurozone inflation for the month of May surged by 8.1% in the month of May, above projected 7.7% in that. That tells you that you can see that inflation continues to go. After Germany inflation for the month of May also was in the same direction to record a high of 8.7 no percent against 7.8 recorded in the month of April. That's that all these are what is driving the market up and down. You see that the market in that matured economy for a while has been kind of oscillating up and down. You see 2 days up, you see another day up, and don't forget that like US market has been down for how many weeks? But try to like pick up in recent weeks, last week, but today market is also giving up what it has gained the previous day. Tells you that you as a trader, this is the time that I always encourage you. Don't play with your stop loss. Don't also play with your investment objective. You know your entering and exit strategy. Know when to take profit. Don't follow what the market bandwagon. Always have a goal, and that goal will always guide you at any given time. Unless you are not trading your plan. When you trade your plan, I'll tell you, you will always be on the side of the winning side. Unless there's general market downturn before, but I'll tell you, your winning side will be more than your losing side. No, unless you are not trading your plans and the kind of stock you are selecting. That's why I said you must know how to use what fundamental and technical to pick stocks. Why your fundamental will help you to get your watch list, for the price to buy and sell is the work of your TA, which is your technical analysis, which is part of our class here every day, because it's very, very important in terms of manage your risk. You need to have to manage your risk using the technical tools. Yes, today, don't forget that yesterday I said we're starting, with where we stopped yesterday. I said we're looking at, the 10 stock market rules, players or investors need to work to remember, and also need to know at all time. You need to know this. Today we're starting from the sixth one. Yesterday we discussed 1 to 5. Today we're continuing from where we stopped yesterday. I said the sixth one today is fear and greed. On what fear and greed are stronger than what are stronger than long-term resolve. Say fear and greed are stronger than long-term resolve. Here it does mean that if you are greedy or you are fearful, you might miss your position. But when you understand what you are doing, you know exactly when to take position. You are not fearful. Even when others are running, you know exactly what you are doing. When others are becoming greedy, you know what to do. These are things that will guide you, because you are a nailed investor. You are a savvy investor. Say Fear and greed can cloud our emotion and also lead us to make what poor investment decision. Can see what fear and greed can cause. It can cloud your emotion and lead you on to what to poor investment decision, such as selling at the bottom and also buying at the top. You can see, when you are out of fear, you sell you sell at the bottom and go and buy at the top. You can see that instead of buying at the bottom, you are selling at the bottom because of what fear. At this time, you are confused. I pray that none of us here will be involved in this kind of strategy. You know exactly what is happening in the market and you know exactly what to do at the right time. Then the seventh one said markets are what are strongest when they are what they are broad. When market are strongest when they are broad, especially when you see market that is going up. It must be like two or three sectors that are leading it, or four or five stocks in different sectors are leading it. Like I say, markets are strongest when they are what broad, and weakest when they are what when they are narrow, into a handful. When the stocks that are moving the market, for example, what happened in last few weeks, last 3 days, last week, especially on Wednesday, you can see that the kind of movement in the telecom company was just one that was just moving the market. Excel, can see that after that first day on Wednesday, Thursday, we saw that more stocks started coming up in terms of bread started increasing. Then the same thing on Monday. Yesterday, you can see that despite the market was down, you can see that about 25 stocks were up, while 17 was down. It's a sign that yes, when you see multiple sectors leading a kind of bull market or a different stock in different sector is more better than when one stock is leading. That's why I said markets are what strongest when they are what they are broad, and weak when they are what few or narrow to a full handful of blue chip stocks that are making the moves. Yeah, can you say the breadth of the market is very important, because that broad base rally have what we call the potential to continue, but why the narrow rally has no potential to go anywhere, because it's prone toward to failure, because there are only few stocks. But when you see a kind of a broader rally, when you see that the bracket breadth is wide, that is where you can see that rally can be what sustained. That is how to look at it. Then the eighth one, which is a bear markets have what have three stages. This bear market has three stages. I want to reflect on it. One is called sharp down market, reflecting a rebound and a downtrend fundamental. Downtrend fundamental downtrend. When one is sorry, let me come again. Say bear markets have three stages. One is sharp down market, reflective of a rebound, and one is and also a drawdown out of what fundamental, and also another one is what downtrend market. Applying this rule to trading today, that means going to look at the critical what we call a cyclical bear market, where there are some sectors that are going down while some are going up. Then if it is fundamentally driven down market, you should also know the face of that market, how far it's going to go, how the downside is going to be. If, for example, now you see that recession in economy, you know that recession is what is putting everything down. You should understand the kind of meltdown or we are seeing, kind of correction we are seeing. These are what this one is saying, that bear market has three stages. One is what sharp down, one is a reflective rebound, another one is what was drawn out of a fundamental decline. Especially, I just said, if there is recession, you can see that market will suffer no decline or losses. Then the number 9 one now is here, when all the experts are forecasting, their forecast agree. Because what we call consensus and what in analysis, where what Ambrose is saying, what Kofi is saying, what Rotimi is saying, you can see different houses in the market. They are saying that you need to know. Well, exactly all of them are saying, after that something elsewhere is happening. When all of them are saying the same thing, make sure that something else is happening somewhere, and that is why you need to also to be very sharp. Say when all the experts are forecasting, they are focused or agreeing their consensus, something else is going to happen. You can see that this is an uptrend market. You can see that it's going. Everybody is saying forecasting, everybody is saying up market. Expect that down is following that up market. That's why I said something else is also going to happen. It's a very important rule that you should also look at. This rule suggests that the consensus among the experts is often fully discounted towards to access price. One of them are saying this is this, you should know exactly what it is, which is what a risk that that forecast do not what, do not come, so far easily. That is why I said when you focus your focus at times can see that it won't come around because of what something else has happened. But that does not mean that you don't know what you are doing. That's why I'm saying that this consensus of analysts researchers at times can tell you that something else is happening, so that you know that what they are saying you have to discount most of them at times so that you can be on the right position. The last one here is the number 10. Say bull bull markets are more funds than what bull markets are more of fun than bear market, because bull markets are associated with what, with economic expansion. Remember what I said when I was explaining of what, when there's recession, that about what price of stocks are likely to go down. Here you can see that I said bull markets are more of funds than what, than bear market. And bull market is where it's associated with what, with economic expansion. You are seeing a possibility of possibility and also positive wealth creation. You can see it reflecting. That is where you can see why a bear market is more of what, more of economic what, contraction, where there is a kind of weakness in the economy and the economy is not looking the way expected. That is why I also associated with what recession I've said earlier. At this time, there is no wealth creation. Rather, people are losing what they have because of what because of what is happening in the economy. That's why I say when you see a good trend, that's why I say capital market is a leading indicator. It gives you kind of insight what is likely to happen. You can see the way our market is going up now. You can see from year to date what market has have returned. That's why trying to pull back now. You can see it's still maintaining an uptrend. It tells you that as an investor, this also should also guide you. This is the last one we're discussing. As from tomorrow, we'll not start another thing. This is the five rules you should know, in addition to what we discussed yesterday. This is how you should also invest in the market, so that at any given time you should be ahead of the market. Yes, people want to look at the few news in the market. I'll tell you, these news are very few. As to speak now, the market news is that we have seen the result of what's it called, of flour mill. We have seen the result of Honeywell and that of Northern Nigeria flour mill. We look at those results, but before we look at those results, as we speak now, I'll say that the market news one, Stamping IBTC notified the exchange of its close period and notice of a board meeting. Why UCAP notified the market of what, of insider dealing, buying a small volume there at about 13 naira, no 57 kobo, 73, 75 kobo. This information in the market. And as we speak, market is also marginally down. But before going to looking at the market, let's look at the result of this March account that were released, and also they are in the same sector, in the same business, flour related business. I will tell you from the numbers after going through, I have seen the pressure of cost on these companies, and that's why I say, if you remember, I always say that if you want to look at company, look at what is the profit margin at the end of the day. No matter what you are making, if your top line is going in trillions, in billions, at the end of the day, your profit margin is low. It tells you that in between your top line and your bottom line, either expenses, costs have taken a lot. That means you need to improve on your work on your cost management. You can see what the impact of Ukraine and Russia effect is having on the conflict is having on the of these companies in Nigeria here, because of what the wheat importation and all that. Even though they are not importing now, because of that problem, price of wheat has gone up, which are also reflected in these numbers as we see. Let's go around and look at these numbers again. We're starting with the Northern Nigeria flour mill full year result that was released recently to the market. The revenue moved from 8.67 billion to 15.323 billion. You can see that this company, despite the high cost, they're able to grow their market and all those stuff. But at the end of the day, the cost of cost of sales, you can see how the profit will look at. If I look at something that's making almost 15 billion turnover, and we're having about 80 million profit, 69 million profit. For me, it doesn't make anything add up for me. For example, in this result now, the revenue for the turnover for the period moved from 8.67 billion to 15.23 billion, which about 76% increase in top line. Good. For PAT moved from 69.92 billion million to 80.67 for million. For me, it doesn't add up. About 15% up. Yes, you can see the margin. Then if you go and look at the profit margin, you can see how poor it is. The profit margin for this period, for 2021 was 7.993%, and also for the year 2022 under review is 5.232% in profit. For me, it's not a good one. Why dividend payout is 25 kobo against 15 kobo? This is poor, and that's why the price this stock is selling for me won't sustain it, because the payout and the numbers are not too attractive. For EPS, for it's not selling for 12, almost 12 naira, having a 45 kobo earning per share for 2022 and 39 kobo for 2021. For me, it's not too attractive, but yes, let's see how the market is going to look at it. Then look at the Honeywell that have just turned to kind of fallen knife. Like those people that you don't catch a fallen knife, wait to see until that knife fall the place, then you can ask football. As it's falling, you can see that market is reacting to the result that came from this company, and also as also the merger, people are not clear of where they are going, waiting for one information or another because of what the way the merger was managed, or was taken over. Even from the regulator side, the investors are still confused and still standing to see where you go from here. Then if you look at the number that emerged from Honeywell Q4, moved from 109 plus 409.59 billion to 136.4 billion, maybe about 24% up. While PAT dropped from 1.13 billion to negative 985.81 million, representing about negative 187% down. Also, in that direction, EPS dropped from 14 kobo to negative 0.12 kobo. That is a 12 kobo, 14 kobo to negative 12 kobo. That what it is. Also, in that direction, profit margin also dropped. From because you can see what I've said, that cost is part of what is eating into this company. And that means you as an investor, as we're expecting another round of Q2 number for December year account, look at this company that are able to pass the cost to their consumer, and also at the end of the day place a better number. But here you can see the high cost is eating up this company's bottom line. We should also think which sector that will have where numbers will be sustained. As far as we have seen their Q1 number for this December account, who to sustain that trend in Q2 is very, very important. Lastly, we want to look at flour mill, the leader in that industry, in the flour business for now on the exchange. You can see that the top line is looking very good. The overall turnover moved from 771.61 billion to 1.6 trillion, representing about 51% up. Also, PAT also moved marginally. I would say that from 25.71 billion to 28.02 billion, representing about 9% up. Why you can see that because of see that the earning per share is almost flat from around from drop marginally from 6.38 to 6.26%, or just say that is for the EPS. Profit margin will tell you that what I'm saying, if you can take the trend, profit margin dropped from 3.33% to 2.14%. You can see a company that's almost making trillion turnover. You can see that the profit margin is there. That means you have to also be very careful when you are looking at. You want to look at companies that are able to manage every naira they are making. You can see in 1 naira they are getting less than how much from it, from having a 2.4 kobo, 2.4% as your profit margin. For me, it's not it's not too good for all the company in this sector, especially this trend number that were released recently, especially yesterday and day before yesterday. I'll tell you, these numbers are not impressive. Yes, Flour Mill managed to move their dividend from 1 naira 65 kobo to 2 naira 15 kobo. For me, this same dividend is not too attractive, but I believe that for those that see potential in Flour Mill, we expect that they improve. But in terms of cost management, they need to improve. That means you can see the pressure on cost in this result. In these three results, we need to really also be careful and see where we can edge against the inflation. From what I'm seeing here, if we continue, even with the high price, let's tell you, most of their goods will not so fly, because it depends what the public are interested and what they have at their pocket. Let's be very careful with this number. This is for the number that were released. Majorly, I can see that cost is hitting on their profit. Yes, we want to quickly look at the state of the market. Market as we speak, if you come here, you can see the market here already. Market trying to stabilize here again. But as we speak, when market open this morning, it was in red, oscillating. But now it's like it's coming back again to green, marginally. You can see we're seeing little green here at this point, but let's see whether it will sustain. But market is still not looking too good because we're still seeing the market is still looking down marginally, very marginally, trading at 53,738.71, projecting about 33.34 down, which is 0.01 as we speak. Now you can see that market is trying to find some resistance here, but we want to see how far it will go. This is the market as we speak, and as we speak, we're still having a negative market breadth because we're having 10 losers against 6 gainers. Among the top losers, we're seeing Honeywell topping the chart, followed by ICO and Sovereign Trust Insurance, Jaiz Bank, and Waku. These are the top losers in terms of decliners as we speak. Then if you turn to your the gainer side of the chart, we're seeing Lasaco, and Lasaco and we're seeing Lasaco and Petra's Capital, UPDC, Guinness, and Dangote Sugar leading the pack. Then you can see the life of Mansard among those that are still on the gainer chart. But these are the market state as we speak now, the state of the market as we speak now. While on the top trade, which is very, very important, we're seeing Sovereign Trust Insurance leading the top, followed by MTN, then we're also Sterling Bank, ICO, Transport, and various capital also among the top trade as we speak now. This is the state of the market. Market is marginally down at this hour. We want to come to our chart to see. If you see the chart here now, you can see there is a sign of market trying to turn up. This was for yesterday. You can see this morning trying to be in green now. That means as we speak now, market is trying to look up. Yeah, we can see it here. Let's see what the market is doing at this point. Let's see what it's doing. Let's see what. Okay. Let's see. But let's see what very well. This is the market in the Osher index or index action. Let's quickly call our indicators to look at this market, the way it's going at this hour. What will be the next? But I believe that as we are seeing oil price hitting a 2 months high, it should also be a plus for our market. Our market has the way it rally. Most time it will go with what is happening globally. That is why if you are this market, you have to start patient and allow your investment objective and go to always guide you at any given time. Yes, 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 yes. You can see now, you can see here, because I see marginally market is in light green now again. That has done, you can see it here, but trading above the T line, that is the only good thing here. It has not crossed down the T line. You can see that MACD is trying to, you can see trying to come up here on the day chart, but money flow is that fund is still leaving the market. You can see it's still looking down on the day chart. For quick one, look at the 1 hour chart to see what is happening in the market for 1 hour chart. Let's see what is happening in the market for 1 hour chart. You can see at this point the market is already at what is resting on what on the T line. I mean, market can pull down here exactly from here, or you can see what is happening gradually. But now it's resting on the T line here. You can see it here. And if you look at your MACD, which is momentum indicators, you can see that it's also trying to confirm a very situation. Look at this histogram from here to here up, trending down, and money flow is also looking down in that direction. That means profit taking is still pressure, selling pressure is still in the market as we speak. Let's see how it will go. But I believe that those high cap stocks also that is pulling the market up. If one of them gain again, but generally as we speak now, market is still not looking too attractive at this top. That's why I said this phase of market distribution is more of profit taking activities. You can see that the trend that we saw yesterday is almost what we're seeing, flat on the T line. You can see it here for yourself. This is the state of the market. Quick one, let's look at those stocks that we review. The top gainers, we want to look at UPDC, look at gainers among the gain, then Dangote Sugar, look at Honeywell, is it getting to where to stop? For that, look at MTN, it's also losing. Let's see the position of MTN. Can we take position on that MTN? Then look at Waku, what is happening Waku? If time permits us, yesterday we were trying to look at Jaiz. If time permits us, we can do that with Jaiz to conclude, or start with Jaiz this morning. Let me look at Jaiz for yesterday. wanted to look at DAI. It's among the losers now. Let's see what is happening in that DAI this morning. Let's see what is happening in DAI. Make it snappy. Looking at the chart. This 1 hour chart as we speak now. 1 hour chart that DAI is looking good. You can see a green position here above the T line, and MACD is positive, very positive and bullish. You can see it here. That means the stocks for me, the pullback for, you can see that on a 1 hour chart, say that this stock has strength. Something is going for the stock for 1 hour. Let's look at the day chart. On the day chart, also we are seeing also improvement on the stock. As we speak now, you can see it's trading above the T line. And, for me, it's a good one. Look at the MACD now. Right, you can see it coming up here to board. Money flow is still on side movement. You can see a move here from this histogram here. You can see that for Dais Bank, for me, on a day chart and a 1 hour chart, is looking good. The chart is heady, technically still okay. For you to watch very well. If you want to take position ahead of the Q2 number, you can equally look at that. If you want to look at UPDC, what is happening in UPDC? Look at what is happening in that UPDC. Very, very important. What is happening in UPDC? UPDC, last time, remember yesterday, is still below now. It has crossed the T line on a day chart. Good one for UPDC. And money flow is just turning up marginally around 2028. For me, it's a good one. I think our 1 hour chart will give us a good position of UPDC. What is happening there? I will tell you, UPDC is becoming attractive technically. Look at 1 hour chart, very strong. For me, it's a good one. Above the T line, all the momentum indicators are also bullish. Look at the money flow is above 60, around 65. For me, it's a good one. That's why this marginal looking down, but MACD is green already and bullish in terms of 1 hour chart for the stock. It's a good one for UPDC. If you are there to no panic, just wait your position and see what will happen at the end of the day. But always allow your goal to guide you. Set your stop loss at any given time. Yes, look at Dangote sugar now. Then we'll now come to see Dangote sugar. Look at Dangote sugar. Look at Dangote sugar. Let's see. Dangote sugar on a 1 hour chart is not looking badly. You can see here, come and look at the chart here. You can see what is trading here. It's still marginally red here, but still, above the T line. For me, it's okay, but they were still almost a bearish engulfing here. This is a blue candle. This is a very I say candlestick speak a lot. In able to right, price action is very, very important. It tells you what is happening. There's no bias, there's no emotion. It tells you what is happening. You can see here, it's not looking good here. But you can see the position here, red. But we're seeing that MACD is bullish, still, and even the money flow is still looking up. But let's look at a day chart for this sugar and see what is happening. Sugar on a day chart is also good. You can see it here. No wonder it's up. You can see that it's above the T line here, and also MACD is trying to turn positive from the money flow is above 60, or looking down marginally. Yes, let's still watch this one. It's an uptrend there. You can see if you draw this line here, quick one. That's why the trend line will also help you to know exactly what is happening. You take your line like I draw it here and see this, this uptrend. Still within the uptrend, you take your, you can also take it here. From here, and also draw your C line and see. For me, it's an uptrend for stock. It's a good one within the channel. You can see touch up, and I can see touch here, down, came here, still touch it up here, again down. It's still within the stand, also it's still trending up. Like I said, it's just talk to watch and trend above the T line. And we're seeing also you can see MACD try to cross from below. You can see it here. I try to, it's a good one for sugar. your eyes on sugar, it's already in sugar too. The quick one, let's look at the MTN, look at MTN and the WAPCO before we look at Honeywell. Honeywell might be the last one, but let's quickly look at the MTN, see what is happening in MTN now. What is happening in MTN? Let's see what is happening. For me, MTN is not looking MTN is not looking badly. MTN is not sorry, MTN is not oh sorry. Yeah, I'm still looking at the chart. Yes, MTN is trading below the T line, and you can see that it's trying to resist the decline here. You can see this line, this is a strong decline like resistance support level. You can see this point of 30 now becomes a strong 230 now becomes a strong place. You can see it here, strong support level for it now. For now, let's watch. You can see volumes coming into the stock this morning. You can see if it will close up on a money flow is still high around the 70.68 for money, while MACD is still bearish on the day chart. Let's quickly look at 1 hour chart for MTN. It will tell us exactly what is happening. Still on a 1 hour chart, still you can see that it's trying to turn up. You can see for 1 hour chart, you can see that almost turning bullish here, and money flow is looking up on a 1 hour chart, and you can see it's slightly below what the T line. Once it crosses it, it's another good opportunity to jump in. Even at this price, it's still now at the 230, 231 for long-term investors, but for traders, you consider it to cross here before you jump in. Again, for me, the stock is just profit taking that put it below the T. You can see from here down here, it has been below the T line. Here up above the T line, but now from here down below the T line. Let's watch and see what is going to happen at the end of the day. Finally, let's look at the WAPCO. WAPCO is very important. Let's look at WAPCO, what is happening in WAPCO, that we know exactly what to do with that position in this cement company. Let's look at what is happening there. Let's look at WAPCO. Let's look at WAPCO. What is happening in WAPCO? Let's look at it. Sorry, what is happening there? You know exactly what is happening in WAPCO now. That will go a long way, to give us information. For me, you can see that WAPCO. You can see the formation of WAPCO. WAPCO is trading below the C line on a day chart. You can see, but look at the histogram, trying to go up here, but still not there. Money flow is looking down around 64 on a day chart. For WAPCO, for me, it's resisting decline. You can see this candlestick formation here. You can see sellers want to sell down, but you can see buyers also are pushing it up again. Once able to cross here, good one, but let's still watch, but still below the T line for WAPCO. But you can see that here is the strong support level. Tested is around 25.80, 25.85. You can see it here, strong support level here. Now, let's see what it will do before it bounce back. For quick one, let's look at the 1 hour chart on that stock. That will also help us to know exactly what is happening there. Let's look at what is happening in that position. You can see. On 1 hour chart is below the T line, and trying to also you can see that try to cross up. You already see this one up. The money flow is looking down already. Then the last one, not the least, let's look at that Honeywell and see our position with Honeywell. What are we going to do with that stuff at this hour? Honeyflower. What we going to do with the stock at this hour that is falling? On a 1 hour chart, the stock is below the T line, but try to you can see the formation here. This is a green candle below the T line. The money flow from trying to look up here, but it's still bearish here. Let's see what it's still below the T line. From here down here, trading below the T line. We have to wait for another trigger. The result that came to the market, you can see the part of that result. Here you can see trying to go up, but they're selling it down. And see trying to appreciate, trying to sell it down. Trading around the 318. You can see it here, 318, 316. You can see that it's bearish already. But here we're seeing a little upturn. Let's see how it goes. If sell-off starts going down because of reaction to the result that came to the market for 2022 financial year ended March 31st. And see for me, let's watch and see still below the T line. just exercise patience. If you are there, let your stop loss also guide you. Want to take profit, do, or if not, you want to wait and wait, but you can take position, take a profit. But for those that want to take position, you need to wait to confirm and upgrade first. That means jumping into the stock now, unless you have another strategy. But for me, I would advise hold your position, or you have cut your loss, good to go, move to another stock. Don't jump into the stock now. You need to watch to see where it's going from here before you can think of jumping into the stock. I think this is where we're going to draw the curtain for today. I will say a big thank you to you all for being part of the program today. And don't forget that the price of corn oil, that of Dangote, no cement, and stapler energy also were adjusted today. No, these are part of why we see the market is a bit. When all these high cap stocks are price adjusted for dividend, you expect the market to be. But I believe that once this month of May, as I said it earlier at the beginning, that month of May and June, because of this markdown date, confirmation date, payment date, all of that, I consider the month of May really defied no sell in May and close positive. Despite that, yesterday and today were not. Yesterday is red, today we don't know what's going to close, but despite that, market for the month of May was positive for 2022, which is a good one for the market. But that is why in the month of June, before the any season start, kick off in July, I expect a mixed trend in that month of June, profit taking activity, and also the position for the Q2 numbers, especially for those companies that are into dividend paying. For you as an investor, you don't wait to see the number. Now that you have seen their keyword number, those are even starting the trend of into dividend paying of newly, especially life of WAPO and Presco that started into dividend just last year. If that trend will be maintained, we'll know. And also we'll discuss as the things unfold. Thank you and God bless you all. Don't forget to share the link always, as I always advise, with your friends. Then subscribe to the YouTube for more updates of what is happening in the market. See you tomorrow and God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your trading day. Don't forget to, as I said earlier, have to keep a date for the coming master class, first Saturday in the month of July. Thank you and God bless you all.